Hello and welcome. Today we're taking a look at Starship Corporation. This is a game developed by Coronado Games and published by Iceberg Interactive. This is it's a simulation on running a Starship Corporation. We're going to be building ships and sending them out, doing various jobs, filling contracts, and hopefully trying to make some cash. Sort of this Tycoon sort of management kind of a thing. It's one of those games where, most 4X games, how they have, especially space 4X games, have like a mode where you go and you build a ship and you build your ship from scratch. You put in laser cannons and shields and sort of all the different equipment that goes onto the ship. You put it together. Like in Galactic Civilizations, Master of Orion has it, all that sort of thing. If that is your thing, then this game is sort of designed around that. We are going to be getting contracts in saying, I want you, Nook Enterprises, to build me a ship to clear some pirates out of this route. And so we say, okay, we'll take the job. We go to that design screen and we manually put in every little piece: crew quarters, corridors, engine rooms, laser cannons, shields, all of that stuff on the ship. It's very, very detailed, very, very complex. I spent a lot of time here just trying to get my head around what's going on here. But yeah, and then building the ship and then actually going through some simulations, trying to make sure the ship works like we want it to work. And then sending it out on the missions and hopefully getting paid. So anyway, let's jump in here and try this thing out. This thing went through early access for, I think, a couple of years. It was in early access. Well, it's now at full release as of the 3rd of May. So we've got a full game here, and let's see what the thing is all about. So let's start up there is a campaign thing going on with this kind of a story going through it. Basically, this is a kind of a sandbox sort of game. So we're gonna jump in here and try this thing out and just see what's going on here. We won't get much into the game, but I'll try to cover what the game's about and what all we can actually do here. So what is the name of your company? My name is Nook Enterprises. Yes, because we make enterprises here. My name is going to be Bob Ross, leader of Bob Ross, leader of the Nook Enterprises. Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of giving us a easy, medium, hard sort of difficulty setting. How do you feel about the current financial situation? Do you start with $1 million? I think it's like mega bitcoins or something like that is the currency. Yeah. We also have medium or hard. We're going to go with easy just to kind of get an idea and show the game off. So what's your prediction for them? Where the market is developing? Credit limit, good. Yeah, we want that one. How do you trust your crew management department? So this is where it becomes a little more interesting. When we design our ship, we have to send it off into a testing phase. And to make sure the ship actually does what we say it's going to do, we can just automate this whole thing. And the computer will do it all for us and we don't have to touch anything. Or we can actually do it ourselves, and it kind of becomes this sort of RTS kind of a thing where we've got to deal with invaders on our ship, aliens on our ship, or just flying the thing. Maybe we have a collision, and how do we deal with that on the ship, sending our crewmen around. We'll stick with normal here to hopefully show some of that off. Where do you see your business going? In the trash. We're going to be trying to go with a 5 million Bitcoin, mega Bitcoin goal is our plans. Sure. So anyway, let's start this thing off. So this is a turn-based game. It runs every quarter is a turn. We're in quarter 1 of the year 3020. We have a station, a complex here on the Mars system, and I think it's a Mars system. We have a shipyard here. So because we have a shipyard here, means we can build ships here, obviously. We have different places that we can eventually go to, like Actun here. We can spend $8,000 and put in a shipyard there to take contracts and things like that there. So the game is all focused and based around these contracts. We've got contracts around here's one. Deal with local pirate activity. So trade route, yada, 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 is repeatedly attacked by raiders. They appear to be using small, lightly armed ships to take our unarmed vessels. Remove the threat to restore trade between the systems. The ship needs to be present in the current system to be able to take out this mission. So what they want us to do is they want us, the United Stars Commonwealth, are asking anybody to build a ship to go deal with this. They have certain requirements. They say, I want to make sure this ship has to have shield generators and it has to have an armory on it and has some escape vehicles also as well. This one is more where we're actually controlling the ship and doing the job. There's others where I think we actually sell the ship to the people, I believe. We have another one for the food for the Tanagan Worlds. They want us to do a regular food delivery for this place. If we do it, we have a budget of $200,000 to build this ship. They want to also make sure it has some fuel capacity, maximum number of crew members on board, how far it can go, how fast it can go. This is all required things that we need to make sure we can deal with. We're going to focus on the local pirate activity. That's going to be our focus today. We'll see if we can get that covered. So we have to go in here, and one thing I'm going to show here is this one. So the ships we have two ships right now, the Andrea Gale and the Mary Celeste. These two ships are, Andrea Gale is a salvage ship. We can send it around and do some salvaging and hopefully get some cash out of it. You can go on missions also if we want to send it that way. We can upgrade this thing and make it a little better if we want also. The Mary Celeste is a rusty old ship, still capable of mining valuable ore. So we're going to tell it just to kind of try to find some ore, and we're going to send you on some mining missions just to collect a little bit of cash on the side. The Andrea Gale, we're just going to send it out just to do some looking and see what's going on. Okay, so let's look into the ship designs. Oh, no, one more thing. In this local pirate activity thing, we need a ship that can have shield generators and armories. We don't have those things. We don't know how to make them. We need to research them. So we're going to jump into the research screen. This is where it wants me to go. And take a look at that first. So research is complex. There's a lot to it. But we have things like, right now we have a small bridge, small computers. We have short-range scanners. We can eventually get more things here as time goes on. We have to go and research it, spend money researching it. We could do things like we could put a quarterly budget. Every quarter, we put 500 Bitcoins into learning how to get thrusters. So every quarter, we put a little cash in there. And it's kind of the cheaper way of getting research. Or, if we don't want to wait, we can come in and we can say, let's see what we want. Let's say we want a basic cannon. You know what? I want it now. I don't want to spend and wait for it. I'm just going to buy it. It's going to cost me more money, $8,000, as opposed to the $7,000, but we get it immediately. For this mission to go do the defending and killing raiders, we need shield generators. That was one of the things it needs. It needs 2 shield generators on board the ship. So we're going to have to go ahead and buy that tech so that we have it. We also need to have... what else was there? There's a few things in here. I was playing around with this and got this thing built, so I kind of know what's going on here. We also need a military on board the ship, right? Because we're gonna be trying to kill pirates. So we're gonna throw in a military quarters, so we can have some military crew on board our ship. We also need a small armory on board the ship, so we can put our guns on board. I'll show the shipbuilding in just a second. This will all make a little more sense. I'm gonna grab a couple things real quick. We win a weapons hatch right here, so that our guns can fire out. And I think that's it. So yeah, there's lots of different styles of fuselages that we can make. Right now we have the little bug. This is our only hull that we know how to make ships out of. But eventually we can make things like the Arak or the Heppen. And bigger ships means more room, and we'll see all this. This will make sense in just a second. I don't think we need a sick bay or anything like that. So I think that's good. Okay, so the research is done. Now let's go look at the ship design screen. So this is where, I think, mostly where the core of the game is. We want to go look at the mission of deal with pirate activity. That's our goal, right? Deal with that mission. So we have a budget of $300,000. We have to make a ship that is cheaper than that. No more than 25 crew. And they don't really care about anything else. Not a lot more. We'll see. We'll cover these ratings here in just a minute. They also make sure it has a generator, shield generator, EEV, and small armory. So we're going to use our only fuselage that we have, and we're going to start designing this thing. And we'll see what this is all about. So here we go. We're in the design screen, and this is going to take up a lot of time dealing with this. Not today, because I got a shortcut here, but we've got 2 decks to this ship, and we have to build this ship completely from scratch. And that I mean by from scratch, I mean we need to put a bridge out there somewhere. We'll put a bridge in. Bridge should go on the top deck, I suppose, like right up there. We want to put in. It needs a computer room, right? The main computer's got to go in there. We need a main engine. Engine's going to go down here on deck 1. It's going to go right there. And we also need things like generators, power for this ship. We're going to need things like cooling. This thing is going to get hot because we've got engines and all that nonsense. So we're going to throw in a cooling unit to try to keep this place cooled off. With the cooling units, they need things like they need some cooling hatches so that they can vent, I suppose. We also need places for people to sleep. We need a pilot berthing place, so the pilot beds are going to be right there. We need like a spot for the medic to sleep. Medic bed's going to be right there. We picked up the military room, which is going to go right in there. And we also need, this is all just sort of scattered about, but we also need corridors. These people need to go somewhere and walk around. So we can put, not that one, a hatch. So we can put in a hatch like that. So we can go from the engine room into the power room. I'm going to go into there. We can go into something like that and connect this stuff all up so that our people can actually walk around this place. That we make bigger ones too. We can make corridors and all that too. But yeah, so that's how it all runs out. And we have to eventually get, and we can see up here all of our objectives. So this is telling me what I need. Right now I don't have enough cooling. There's not enough pilots here. I need another pilot room. I need technician rooms. I need more power. I need more cooling. I need more fuel. We have no fuel tanks at the moment, which are in storage. Fuel tanks. We got giant fuel tanks we need to put in. And we still not. We need lots of giant fuel tanks in order to keep this thing running. We can see on this side over here all the different stats. This is really a numbers game. If you're a numbers person, this is kind of a thing. We can see our crew. We're at 6 of 25. We also need an air supply. We need a water supply. We need a certain number of crewmen. We have a range. This thing will go 200 light years out of the requirement, which we have none for this mission. It has a speed, which this one doesn't have a requirement either, but these are all things that we can adjust by putting in parts to our ship. Now, I have already built this ship, so we're going to load this thing up. It's called the Probe, and I'm going to show what I've done to try to get an explain what I have done with this ship, and see where we can go from here. So this is it. So my ship. This is my ship. I spent a lot of time on this ship. I'm very proud of this ship, so do not insult my ship. The ship is my, here's my engine. We have some of this is based on the, I use the tutorial ship as kind of a starter, but we got an engine right here. We have our exit. This is where you walk on the ship, right in here. Come to the engine room. We've got some technician bays on the sides here. This is where they sleep. Hatches, of course, to walk through the ways. We have a power generator on both sides. We have some escape units, bays, whatever, right over here. We have a cooling hatch on this side, 2 power units. Both our fuel tanks are here. They're both on level 1 here so far. Stairway goes up here. We've got some more cooling. We've got a big sensor relay right in here, and then a basic cannon right on this side, which is a tech we just picked up along with the thing to attach it to the outside, I guess. And then the military quarters is over here. And then deck 2, we have a couple shields. Strangely placed shields, but those shields don't insult my design. You can shoot me anywhere on the ship, it's gonna hurt, but if you shoot me in this one spot, it'll be fine. I got double shield in this one spot. The game likes it, so it's okay. We also have another escape spot up here. We got a water supply. We've got a computer room over here. We have a medic bay right in this way. Pilot quarters. There's the main bridge. Water treatment, life support, air systems. This is all here in the ship, and it works. And we can see all of our stuff here. It cost me 124 grand to build this thing. We're getting a good profit out of it because we are saving money because they are going to give us 300 grand to make this thing. So now let's test this thing. Let's see if this ship actually works. So we'll go jump in here. Sure, whatever. And we're going to jump into the RTS part of the game and the ship testing part. So we're going to run through several different phases of testing here to see if the ship is operational, if it actually does what we want it to do. So we've got several different things, different test areas that we can do. We have, for instance, we have a standard operation. This one, just fly the ship for 10 minutes, basically, is all that's going on here. All the way down to, say, we get a major collision, or we get pirates attacking us. We can do these ourselves. We'll do one. Let's do standard operation, just to see how this plays out first. We can see our crew. We can adjust this if we want to. But we have to operate the ship for 10 minutes, and everything needs to be running for 10 minutes. So just basically make sure the ship doesn't just fall apart. We should be able to do that. So let's jump in and just try the thing out. And we'll explain some of this. Alright, so we're going to be getting a score based on how we do here. So we've got some soldiers over here. We've got, what's your name? Manfred Cernke. We can move them around if we wish. We can give them patrol orders. So I want you to go here. So wrong button. There, and then I want you to walk into there, and then come down this way. And then once you come in here, and I want you to wait a little bit while you're in here. Wait for like 10 seconds. And then continue on into this way. And then he'll follow these orders. And then he'll make his way all the way back around. Same thing with the technicians. We can say technician number 4. We can take both these guys. We'll group them up. Control 1? Yeah, you guys control 1. So I want you guys, running through here. Some of these places, like the fuel tanks, they need maintenance. every so often, they need a technician to come by and just, check on things and make sure things are working like they're supposed to be working. So I want you guys to go into here, and then I want you to go into there, and just do, just some walkthroughs and make sure things are working. The cooling units need to be looked at, and the sensor range, of course. The cannons probably need to be a bit of a check here. There's another cooling unit over there. And the power rooms are probably important things to be looking at as well. And what's this? Another cooling unit. Yeah, just sort of do a bit of a walk. Come back over here, and I want you guys to just hang out here for a little while, just to make sure that things are running like we want it to run. And then let's go ahead and let this thing go. So there they go. They're gonna run around. They're gonna do their basic checks, doing some maintenance if we need to. We're gonna have this guy over here with glasses. He's gonna come in here. He's just gonna be stationed in the main engine room. This guy here is going to go upstairs. We got more things in here that need maintenance, so just come on up here for now, and let's check all these places. Make sure things are, working like they're supposed to be working. Cooling units and all that. Checking things out. We got a medic here that can check things out as well. The guy's very happy to be a medic. We got some pilots. They should be in the bridge. Look at that guy's mustache. Doing bridge things while they're in here. And so this is sort of the mission. We can see we've been only in 37 seconds, but time has passed. Things are working. Nothing's damaged. We are keeping our ship up and running. Nothing is broken yet. Yeah, it's great. So that's the basic test. Let's take a look at another one of these tests. How do we get out of here? Abort. End mission. There we go.
Commencing patrol now, sir.
Okay, so let's go back to the menu. No. And we'll check out something a little more exciting. How about a I haven't seen this one yet. How about anti-piracy? Ship gets boarded by a large group of pirates. Kill them or capture them. We got things like major collision here. We have, I think there's one that's mayhem. Captain is trying to hide from the enemy fleet in an electromagnetic cloud with an asteroid field. Ship is discovered and gets under attack. Well, that's exciting. Yeah, let's do that one. Okay, so we'll see how this one plays out. Oh, okay. So, let me just, so we can auto-resolve this stuff and sort of let the computer play everything out. And it wants us to go things in order. So we can see we've got pretty good stats here. We'll apply these results to our ship. And we can see that, like mayhem, we got 20 out of 20 points. That's really good. I don't know how we did that. Major collision, we got 0 out of 5. So we have, maybe our shields are placed in the wrong spots. Who knows? Mutiny, 1 out of 5. Mutineers are bad here. But standard observation, yeah, that's good. Blue alert, not so much. It's evacuation. Yeah, because probably don't have enough of those emergency escape vehicles. So let's go try out the mayhem one and just see what all happens in this mission. So things get a little more frantic here. This is not really the main game. This is just sort of, I mean, I guess it can be. You can spend as much time as you want here. You can let the computer play it out, or you can play it out yourself. All right, so we have an enemy ship somewhere out here. Here's the cloud I guess we're trying to fly towards. We've paused it so far. Are people going to be, like, trying to board me? What's going on in here?
Objective reached.
Objective reached. Oh, okay. Things are happening. You guys come in. You need to come in here. Oh, yes. Yeah, we're getting shot at by things. Okay. Shoot me in the front where I have shields, please. Incoming missiles. Oh, okay. We got a hull breach over here. But that's a problem. Let's shut these doors, please. Shut the doors. Shut the doors. Don't shut all the doors. Shut that door. There we go. The door's been shut. We got another hull breach over here. Things are falling apart. What happened in here? I'm not sure what happened to my engine room, but it's gone dark, and I think I might be dead. So there we go. So somehow the computer got me a 20 out of 20 on this one. But yeah, okay. And we're getting blasted here. Okay, so yeah, hull breaches all around. Things are breaking. Things are falling apart. But yeah, so there you go. There is the crew management part of the game. So, but now that we have, I'm going to auto-resolve these again. Now that we have a decent ship that can do that job, we're going to go ahead and jump back out here. Yes, we're going to jump out here and pass some time, and we're going to go build this ship so we can do that contract. So now that our probe is in good shape, those guys are happy about it. Let's jump back over here and pass a turn. Actually, I think we can do it right now, actually. Let's go into deal with pirate activity. We now have the probe, which is green, which means it meets all the requirements to do this job. So let's build that ship. Yes. So there we go. We're going to build it. It's going to take us 1/4, I believe, to make this thing. We're going to pass the time here, pass a quarter, and progress with the next turn. This game gets a lot bigger. We're looking at a tiny map here. There's a lot more space to this. We can see all the arrows where we can actually go further out. We're in just very close space. The ships we make can only travel here, but eventually we can get things that can go like interstellar travel and all of that. Interstellar is probably the wrong word for the intergalactic travel, I suppose. So we're going to enter this ship. Name's going to be the Untitled, of course. And Untitled is, you can see my ratings here. And a crew of 11 people launched that thing. So those ratings, we saw those ratings before, and that's where those ratings come in. Some missions require certain ratings. This one, I believe, requires a decent military rating. So we've encountered an asteroid field. What do we want to do? Proceed or stop? Well, yeah, let's go ahead and fly through it. And we'll see that pop up here in a second. All right, so this is our quarterly report, how much money we're spending. We're spending a lot of cash because we built a ship for 124 grand. Once we can get some mining done, which will get us some cash. We can also do contracts, which we're going to do with our new ship. So we've got Untitled here. We want to come in here, and we want to say pirate activity. Untitled, he's here. He's ready to go. Assign that ship to go do that. We want to make sure we fly him over here to go do the combat and deal with these pirates. It'll take him a long time to get there, but he'll eventually get there and kill some pirates. We got a bunch of asteroids hanging around here, so I want you to go and do some mining, Mary Celeste. And then the Andrea Gale, I don't know what to do. These brown spots are asteroids, and I guess we just have to go hunting around for salvage. I did notice there is some missions in here for salvage operations. There's one, I guess, out this way. But she can't do it because she doesn't have a small hangar. She's also missing things like drives and thrusters and all that stuff. So I guess she can't do that mission. We can send her out there and see if it does anything, though. So come on out here and just fly over that way. So yeah, and that's sort of how the game plays out. I'm going to just pass more time so we can kind of see how this... We're already at 22 minutes. But I think we've covered the basic parts of the game. Enough to get an idea what's going on here. So eventually we could branch out into multiple systems, into the Delos system or Magi over there, and start taking on more contracts, building more ships. We could build a fleet of mining ships and hope to find some more asteroids and collect cash. That way, we're going to see here in a second. My ships are now flying out. We got $7,700 just from that mining operation. We actually made money this quarter because of our miner over here. But we can hope to fly around and find more of those things. The Untitled doesn't have much of an engine, so he's just kind of puttering along, and he'll get there in like 15 years or something. So, yeah, that's the game. We can get more contracts. We can do more ships, build more buildings. We will do research. With research, we get better ships, and those ships we can go out and do better contracts and make more cash and become the ultimate supreme galactic mega corporation according to the Steam page. Anyway, I think we're gonna call it a day here. So thanks again for watching. Oh, also on the map, we got yellow and brown, and there is some red blips we'll find eventually. We saw one out here where my contract is, and we can do combat. It's not actually real time, though. It's just a screen, and you do it or you don't. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Again, this is Starship Corporation, available now on Steam. I'll have a link below. I'll see you next time.